Hello, it's Michael Neuendorff with Build and Balance. Glad to be back here with you. Thank you very much for following my channel and watching my videos and hanging in there during a tough time, right? We've all been through this for several months now, and it seems like we're not done yet. There's still a long road ahead. But I'm hoping that by watching this video, you're going to get some ideas today. They're going to help you to increase sales because we need some ideas right now, right? It's a challenging time. It feels like an uphill battle where you are struggling against strong forces that are making it more difficult to succeed. But don't worry, because even though sales are falling in many industries, and you might be feeling confused about what to do next, where to go, where to turn, you're here with me. And so I don't want you to feel like this, which is stuck with no way out, because it's just not true. And I also don't want you to feel angry, because you shouldn't be angry. When we're angry, we cannot make more sales. Anger and sales growth just don't mix. So I want you to be optimistic. Feel like there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that increased sales are a possibility. And even if you can't feel as optimistic as I would like you to be, because I'm a born optimist, so I feel down every once in a while, but I usually snap out of it the same day. I mean, I might feel down for a few hours and then I just kind of catch myself and reset and then think about possibilities and opportunities and new ideas, and that usually gets me going again, and I start looking up and looking forward to brighter days. So if that's a little bit of a challenge, what I want you to do is just promise me that you'll be curious about what you could learn here today with me. Just be curious, have an open mind, because if you follow the ideas that I'm going to share with you today, I really believe that you can grow your sales even in this environment. Yes, that's the promise I have for you. Even in this environment, you can raise your sales by following the ideas that I share with you today. But it's going to be hard. It takes a lot of work to follow this process. And so if you're looking for a shortcut, some easy way to raise your sales during a challenging time, this isn't it. But this is a surefire way. And surefire ways that take hard work are generally better than shortcuts. So in order to activate this idea, I need you to get up on your toes. Now you can't see me right now, but I'm up on my toes. And I want you to be up on yours, because I'm going to raise you to new heights with this idea. New heights of sales success, new heights of belief in your own power to control your destiny and to make good things happen in bad times. All right, so get up on your toes. Now, TOES is an acronym, and what it stands for is turn over every stone. This is an idea that I have shared with clients in good times and bad. I mean, even in good times, we can have sales slumps, right? And so this is an idea that works in any economy during any situation in which you need to just figure out, where are more sales opportunities? How can I find more leads, more prospects? This is one of those times, but you really got to get out there and look. You have to look everywhere for sales using the TOES approach. So what it means is basically turning over every stone, every possible opportunity. You're going to go find it and you're going to turn it over and you're going to explore it and try and maximize it. But this video doesn't end there. I know you want ideas. You want a little more guidance than that. So I have a couple of checklists for you to go down. So you'll probably want to pause and do a screenshot on these next few slides, because these are ideas that you can immediately put to action. Contact every past customer. And I'm saying go back years if necessary. Go back years. Every customer that is not doing business with you now but has in the past, they have an opportunity to do business with you again. As long as they're still in business, right? They could come back. I've had that happen. I've had past customers come back, and I'm sure you have too. But how often have you gone through your customer records and reached out to customers from a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Depending on how long you've been in business, you may want to go back far, far, far. I recently contacted a customer that I haven't done business with for 6 years maybe. We had a great conversation. There's no new business right there. But what we agreed is when things get better, we're going to get together for breakfast and have a conversation. And once we see each other again and start talking, you never know what'll happen. Usually good things happen. So contact every past customer. I contacted a customer that did business with me last year and then ended. And when I reached out to them and presented an idea for some new business this year, they warmed up to it. And within 30 days, we had a new deal on the table. They weren't reaching out to me. I had to reach out to them. And this is something that I really want you to understand because this is a super important concept in sales. People often won't reach out to you. And that doesn't mean that there isn't a business opportunity there. It just means they're not thinking about you. But once you come into their field of view, you present an idea, then they'll start thinking about you. And as long as you present it positively, enthusiastically, with a real solution to a problem that they're facing, there's a chance they're going to do business with you again. I also want you to contact every referral source that's ever given you a referral. They are not thinking about you right now. During tough times, we generally retreat inwards and may be thinking of ourselves even more than usual, which is a lot, because even in good times, we spend most of the day talking to ourselves and thinking about ourselves. So imagine that reducing, or actually imagine that increasing, right, in a tough time where we spend even more time thinking about ourselves. So contact every referral source, contact businesses who serve the same customer to see if an alliance can be formed. In tough times, partnerships can actually work to strengthen opportunities. Contact customers who have never referred. You know that there are two camps of customers, right? One camp who often does refer and another camp who doesn't. And in good times, we don't really worry about the people who don't because we're getting enough referrals from the ones who do. This is a time to go back to the ones who don't. What if out of 20 customers who don't refer, you got 2 referrals? 2 referrals that weren't there before. That's new business. Contact all prospects who rejected you in the last 2 years. Now, this is difficult, right? I told you it's going to take work. To go back to people who said no to you and ask them if they want to consider doing business with you again, that's tough. You want real tough? Go back 3 years, go back 4 years, go back 5 years. If you've been in business that long, go back as far as your records have information. Every stone. And then go after the fence sitters. The fence sitters are the people who just kind of dragged it out and dragged it out. They never gave you a yes or a no. They just drifted through the consideration process, and eventually you grew tired of chasing after their business. And so you just moved on. Well, now is the time to go back to those people. Maybe you can get them off the fence now. Now, if you're a small business owner and you're doing the sales because you don't have a salesperson, I have some ideas for you too. Ask existing employees to refer people that they know. Usually employees don't think of themselves as salespeople. They think of themselves in whatever role you have them in. Now, all hands on deck, everybody needs to be a part of the sales effort. So talk to your employees. Talk to former employees. They understand your business. They know who is your ideal customer. They may have some ideal customers in their network, and of course, they're not thinking about you, but they will if you go back to them. Now, these are former employees that you had a good relationship with, right? If unfortunately you didn't with some, maybe you'll keep those to the bottom of the list. All right, but I have another list of ideas for you too. Contact people that serve your business. Banker, bookkeeper, CPA, insurance agent, landlord. Even if you're a salesperson for a business, you can contact these vendors to your business. Because if you don't, someone else on your team might. And wouldn't you like to be the first? Contact members of any clubs that you're in. These are people that you might not think of asking. Leaders of a house of worship. They also might be interested in helping you as a member. How about former competitors who have either shut down or changed their service offerings? There are a lot of businesses who've pivoted during this coronavirus period, and they may be changing their business model. So they may have been competitors in the past, and they aren't now. Imagine that. That could be an opportunity for you. And maybe it's also an opportunity for you to refer to them. Because if you have that two-way street going, chances are those referrals will flow and continue to flow. And you might create a new alliance out of someone that used to be a competitor. Go to your friends and family. This is a time to turn over every stone. Everybody you know. Basically, I've tried to cover everybody you might know, right? That's why it's work. This is going to take a while. This is going to take some doing. It's going to take weeks to go through all of this. Post on social media that you need prospects. After going through my list, I want you to come up with your own. Think of your own ideas. Go to your contact list. Turn to your address book and go through every single name in your address book. Did you think about contacting them? Maybe you should. Maybe you should. Maybe even former employers might be in your address book. We talked about contacting former employees. What about your former employers if you're an employee? Maybe they have leads for you. So spend time really thinking about adding to this list, because I've tried to give you a rich list to get going with, but I think you can add to it. And just spend time thinking optimistically and positively about what the results of the TOES approach might be. And then don't delay. Act. Act, because it's your action that will change things. As soon as you start taking action, momentum is going to build, and you're going to see an opportunity turn up, and then that's going to build your momentum and enthusiasm even more, and then another opportunity is going to come up. Don't be daunted at all by the rejections, by the no's. Doesn't matter, because in the TOES approach, you're going to find no's. You're going to find more no's than yeses, but that doesn't matter, right? Because you're in the world of sales, and we know that usually in the world of sales, when we're taking massive action, there are going to be more no's than yeses. So just keep pushing through and work through your list. Remember, turn over every stone, because if you do, you're going to find that there's gold in there. There is gold in the TOES approach. I really believe it. I've seen it work for past clients, and I absolutely believe it'll work for you. Don't be like your competitors who are sitting around wondering how they're going to get out of this, wishing things would get better. Wishing doesn't make things better. Action makes things better. So just stomp your competition by taking massive action. And I believe that if you do, you're going to get some real good results. But I'd love to hear about it. So please comment on this video, like it, share it, and let me know that TOES is working for you. Or you can email me. You can email me at michael@buildandbalance.com. And of course, I'm always available if you'd like sales coaching or training. And that training can be delivered virtually online. So I hope this idea of getting up on your toes is something that's invigorating you to take serious action, right? This is going to take you weeks and weeks of effort on top of everything else that you're doing now. But keep your chin up, stay positive, and make some great sales. Thank you very much.